Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's Captain Chandler with your police department. I also have Richard Frankich here, our administrative services manager. And we just wanted to come to you live today just to give you an update on the forecasted severe weather event that we're expecting this evening in our community. We are in an enhanced risk area, and we want to keep you updated, right? Because we are no stranger to storms, our area. We want you all just to be safe as possible. So what to expect tonight? We're going to have strong to severe storms expected this evening. The main threat with any of these severe storms is the damaging winds and tornadoes. The main threat area is part of our community in west of I-65, and large hail is also possible, but mainly in West Tennessee. There could be a few instances of flash flooding possible, especially in areas that received heavy rainfall over the last 24 hours. Looking at the forecasted rainfall map for our area, we may not be at that greater risk. But again, we need to be mindful of that because we do have those creeks and streams and roadways that do flood from time to time. There is going to be strong winds of 10 to 25 miles per hour. The airport recently just had a gust at 37 miles per hour. We could have as high as 50 miles per hour during the day and into the evening just outside of the storm. So when the storms move through, we could continue to have more heavier winds. You can see on the map here, we're in the orange just to the east of Nashville, right, looking at the map, and it's a level 3 out of 5, and then just to our west is a level 4 out of 5. The hazard levels for all of this area is about a 2.5 for tornado, a 2 for the hail, a 4 for the wind. They mainly think this is going to be a damaging wind event. It says damaging wind 60 plus miles per hour expected, especially in the moderate or enhanced risk area, which we are in the enhanced, and there is about a 1 of isolated flooding possible for our area. And Rich has the timing for us. And Rich, what about the expected timing for this?
Yeah, so for our area, folks, the most likely timing for the event, they're expecting between 8 and 11 p.m. tonight. And of course, remember, that's not etched in stone. It could be a little bit sooner than that, could last a little bit longer than that. But they're saying the leading edges could get to us sometime between 8 to 11 p.m. tonight for that severe threat.
And with it being at night, Rich, it's important for people to have a good weather warning source, right? Because people could be in bed by that time, and you want to have something that's reliable to wake you up. I know at my home I have a NOAA weather radio. Rich, I think you have the same, but there's also many different other ways you can get warnings, and Rich is going to get to that later in this broadcast. I guess we're under some wind advisory for our area, and a flood watch is nearby. Rich, is that right?
Yeah, for sure. There's a flood watch to our west for the counties immediately west of Nashville and out through the western tier of the state. In our area, we're under a wind advisory through 1 a.m. They're expecting gusts, as Captain mentioned, as high as 50 miles an hour. Consistently with this, it could go a little higher with that. Again, not saying this to kind of scare folks, just giving you all a heads up so you can be weather aware with this.
Yeah, and the wind advisory is really for the wind outside of these storms that are expected later, just the gusts that are even occurring now. Like I said earlier, 37 mile per hour wind gust at the airport, not far from here. But when those storms come through, and if there are any severe warned storms, whether it's a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, they're going to be packing a lot higher winds than the 50 miles per hour. Rich, you may know this, but what's the wind threshold for a severe thunderstorm warning? Is it 60 plus?
Correct.
I could be wrong, but I believe it's 60 plus, and that's when they'll issue a severe thunderstorm warning. So just be mindful of that. And Rich has some good information here about getting warnings. Remember, the most reliable way is that NOAA weather radio. But Rich, what are some other ways we can get warnings?
Yeah, and folks, that NOAA weather radio system is a great system. It's been around for, decades. And they just keep improving the technology that they use, and it works fantastic. It's always reliable, but you got to remember, you always got to have it turned on and have it ready to go. Right. Probably the next best thing is your local TV and radio and your wireless emergency alerts and apps on your phones. But make sure you don't have your phone in the do not disturb mode. Make sure those alerts can get to you. The outdoor sirens, the weather sirens that, like, for example, here in this county that WEMA takes care of for us, Wilson County Emergency Management. They work great when you're outside or if you happen to live right by the sirens. Those sirens are based on older technology, the old air raid style sirens, and they work great for around schools and when you're out at outdoor events. But don't rely on those when you're inside. You got to have other ways to get those notifications. Internet alerts, like things like on Facebook, for example, if you're watching the NOAA websites or the the National Weather Service sites, things like that. And of course, your friends and family and coworkers. If you're lucky enough to have as many weather nerds as we do around here, keep in touch with them. But always most reliable is that NOAA Weather Radio Service.
Yeah, Rich, back to those outdoor weather warning sirens. There's a reason they're called outdoor weather warning sirens, because they're only engineered to be heard when you're outdoors and near them. And they typically place them in areas where outdoor activity is taking place, such as your schools, your parks, your outdoor shopping areas. So please do not rely on one of those sirens to wake you up in the night should they have to be activated for some type of tornado warning environment.
Yeah, you hit that right on the head, Cap, especially since this is going to be a primarily nighttime event. The nighttime events are so much more dangerous because it's after dark. You can't see them coming. So they're much more unpredictable.
Yep, absolutely.
And then, of course, you got to know where to go in your home when these types of events come through, especially at night. You be alert to those different warning apparatus, whether it's your phone, your NOAA weather radio, or our text alert system, which I'll touch on here shortly. But when you get those alerts, know where to go. Whether it's you're sheltering from a tornado or a severe thunderstorm warning, the lowest and most interior room in your home, whether it's a basement, interior bedroom, or interior bathroom. Remember, I always tell people this: think of your home or the building you're in like an onion, and those outer layers are going to peel off like an onion. Get to the inside, centermost, lowest possible place you can in your home. Quickly get to those locations. Avoid the exterior rooms. Avoid places with windows if you can. Those will be the safest places in any of those buildings that you can get to.
Mm-hmm. And Rich, if it was me, I would be preparing my safe place now, right? Getting ready for this evening. I know I'll be at work when this comes through. We do that as a police department. We get prepared, and as part of the command staff here, I'm typically here before the storm hits. We monitor it, get ready, come in, just so it's a lot easier for us to respond should we have a major incident occur. But it's always good to get your safe place prepared. Open that closet up, clear it out if you have any storage in there. Have shoes in there. One thing we noticed during the March 2020 tornado is a lot of people didn't have shoes, and some people didn't have clothes. And I don't say that lightly. When that tornado hits and it's a rush, they're running to get to a safe place. You think about stuff you may need if you do have your home hit, and you want to have clothes, you want to have shoes. So you can walk around. There's a lot of debris after a tornado hits, such as glass and metal and nails everywhere. And shoes were a thing that we noticed that was lacking during the last major event that we had in 2020. And Rich, I also hear that it's good to wear like any type of sports helmet if you have that at home, like a bicycle helmet or something, right?
Yeah, for sure. If you've got a bike helmet or an old bike helmet that maybe isn't still good enough to wear while you're out riding your bike, but you can, put it on your head and get in that safe place or that closet. Any protection you can get over your head to keep you safe while you're in that closet. And one other point too, I actually was having a nice conversation via email with a young lady who registered her storm shelter with us recently. And she mentioned, she asked a question about her storm shelter happens to be actually in ground in her garage. She asked about, is it a good idea to park my car over it? And I said, hey, when we're not in this type of a situation, that's a great idea, but make sure you plan ahead. When you know these things are coming, make sure you have plenty of time to get that car out of the way, because if you get that last minute alert and it wakes you up, you don't want to take that time then to get that car out of the way. So just like that, make sure you plan ahead, get those kits ready, make sure you have your shoes ready. If you need to get your dog ready, make sure they have their collar and leash available. If you have elderly family members, make sure you have a chair in that closet, perhaps. I do that for my dad. So make sure we get that closet and chair ready. Things like that. Plan ahead as much as you can.
Yeah, very, very good stuff. We just want you to be safe, folks. We've been through this. We are no stranger to severe storms in our community. And when we can keep you informed like this, you can maybe have that extra thought in your head of stuff you can do to keep you and your family safe should a storm come through that is severe, that's going to cause a lot of damage. These broadcasts aren't meant to get anyone in any type of crazy alarm or stressed out. We really just want you to be prepared. And when you're prepared, you can lower your stress level down and just watch and see what's going to happen. And should something activate, then you know exactly what you need to do to stay safe. We get this information from the National Weather Service. Rich and I, we are not meteorologists by any means, but we do get to listen to their briefings, and they provide these different slides to us that we're able just to relay to you to keep you informed about what is happening out and about. And then MJ Alert, Rich, that's a good thing too, just to stay connected to. And if you're not registered for MJ Alert, just text MJ to 67283 and you can get registered. This is our number one quick go-to to keep our community informed about anything that is happening. Of course, we are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Nextdoor, but we don't have time to post on all those different platforms at once. So if you want the immediate notification, just register your phone to get this text alert. Again, super simple to register. Just type in that phone number 67283 and send in those letters, MJ, and you're immediately registered for our MJ Alert system that we have. But we are here to take any questions that you may have. Just type them in the comments. I already saw a couple pop up about the tornado siren near Jackson Hills from BJ and Tara Adams. So to the Adams family, there is a tornado siren near you. It is at the back of Mount Juliet High School. So you can actually see it pretty well. If you drive that far road in Jackson Hills that is right behind the football field, you'll see that siren. It's fairly new. I believe it's been up for about 8 months to a year. And it'll keep you aware and in the know if you're outdoors. But at night, if you're indoors, you're likely not going to hear that in your home. They're not meant to be heard inside your home. That's simply just not how they're designed or deployed. So you'll want to have that good way to be warned, whether it's through your alert system on a phone or through a NOAA weather radio that you can get installed at home. And they're fairly cheap. You can get them at like Walgreens or Walmart. Most stores have them. I think Kroger and Publix even have them. And you just plug it up, put the batteries in it, and it gets those alerts. We're just going to scroll through here to see if we have anything. There's a good comment from Sharon. She goes, people need to slow down. There have been too many accidents during the day in the rain. And Sharon, we see it every day, the hydroplaning. If rain's falling super fast, it's building up on those roadways. The drains just cannot keep up. You do have to reduce your speed so your vehicle does not hydroplane out there. So be careful if it's pouring down rain and you're out driving in it. Just reduce your speed to avoid any type of hydroplaning. But thank you for that, Sharon. Scrolling through. Rich, do you see anything that I may have missed?
No, I think we got it so far. Hey, Taylor.
Yep, she just had to chime in about all your Cubs stuff in your office. Did you see losing? Are they losing?
It's not been a good day so far.
I gotcha. I think Taylor is a Braves fan. She is our investigative analyst. Luckily, her office is down the road at a different location, but she does good work. We appreciate you, Taylor. All right. Well, good deal, folks. Again, we just wanted to keep you informed. Stay weather aware tonight. Stay connected to your reliable weather warning source. Know your police department will be prepared. We will be out there. And if we see it's coming in strong, we'll ensure that we have extra officers come in just to have that readiness up so we can respond to anything such we have anything severe or critical in our community. Of course, I'll be out. Rich will be out. And we'll be ready to keep you informed through our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and we'll come to you live to give you the latest update should we start seeing stuff happening around. So stay safe, everyone. It's an honor and pleasure to serve you each and every day. We hope you have a safe evening. We hope we have zero severe weather, but again, you always want to be prepared. Take care, everyone.